Good day, everyone. My name is Florijim F. Jimenez. I am a BS Ed 3 student with a major in English. Today, I will be discussing about cognitive domain. But before we proceed, let us first familiarize ourselves about the following terms. OBE, or Outcome-Based Education. This is a shift in the educational focus from the content to the learning outcomes. That means education is not just learning the principles, ideas, theories, but more on application. Second is immediate outcomes. Skills acquired upon completion of a subject, grade level, segment of the program, or the program itself. Third, deferred outcomes. The ability to apply cognitive, psychomotor, and affective skills in various situations many years after completion of a subject, grade level, or a program. SLO, or student learning outcomes. These are skills, competencies, and values that the students are expected to demonstrate at the end of every course or subject. Three domains under SLO are cognitive learning, affective learning, and psychomotor learning. Now, we will be learning in the next discussions about knowledge, skills, and attitude, or KSA. These are the main basis for our learning objectives, specifically the topic we are discussing today, which is focused on the knowledge part of KSA, the cognitive domain, or mental skills. So what is cognitive domain? Cognitive domain is focused on intellectual skills such as critical thinking, problem solving, and creating a knowledge base. These involves development of our mental skills and the acquisition of knowledge. And who developed the three domains? The study was led by Benjamin Bloom together with his colleagues Engelhardt, First, Krathwohl, and Harrow. And who is Benjamin Bloom? Benjamin Bloom was an American educational psychologist. He made significant contributions to the classification of educational objectives and the theory of mastery learning. His research, which showed that educational settings and home environments can foster human potential and transform education. Bloom developed a taxonomy of educational objectives, which classified the different learning objectives and skills that educators set for students. Bloom divided educational objectives into three domains: affective, psychomotor, and cognitive. So Bloom's taxonomy of cognitive domain is divided into 6 tiers: knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. The first tier is knowledge. This is the ability to recall and remember information. Second tier is comprehension. This is the ability to understand the meaning of what is known. Third tier is application. This is the ability to utilize an abstraction or to use knowledge in a new situation. Fourth tier is analysis, the ability to differentiate facts and opinions. Fifth is synthesis, the ability to integrate different elements or concepts in order to form a sound pattern or structure so a new meaning can be established. And the final tier is evaluation, the ability to come up with judgments about the importance of concepts. So in the mid-90s, Lauren Anderson, a former student of Benjamin Bloom, and David Krathwohl reviewed the cognitive domain objectives and effective some changes. So they revised the cognitive domain basing on Bloom's taxonomy. So the revised cognitive domain still has 6 tiers into it: remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. The first tier is remembering. Remembering involves recognizing or recalling knowledge from memory. Remembering is when memory is used to produce or retrieve definitions, facts, or lists, or to recite previously learned information. Second tier is understanding. Understanding involves constructing meaning from different types of functions, be they written or graphic messages, or activities like interpreting, exemplifying, classifying, summarizing, inferring, comparing, or explaining. Third tier, applying. These involves carrying out or using a procedure through execution or implementation. Applying relates to or refers to situations where learned material is used through procedures like models, presentations, interviews, or simulations. Fourth tier is analyzing. These involves breaking materials or concepts into parts, determining how the parts relate to one another, or how they interrelate, or how the parts relate to an overall structure or purpose. Mental actions included in this function are differentiating, organizing, and attributing, as well as being able to distinguish between the components or parts. When one is analyzing, he or she can illustrate this mental function by creating spreadsheets, surveys, charts, or diagrams, or graphic representation. Fifth tier is evaluating. These involves making adjustments or making judgments based on criteria and standards through checking and critiquing. Critics, recommendations, and reports are some of the products that can be created to demonstrate the processes of evaluation. In the newer taxonomy, evaluating comes before creating, as it is often a necessary part of the precursory behavior before one creates something. Sixth tier is creating. This involves putting elements together to form a coherent or functional whole, reorganizing elements into a new pattern or structure through generating, planning, or producing. Creating requires users to put parts together in a new way, or synthesize parts into something new and different, thus creating a new form or product. This process is the most difficult mental function in a new taxonomy. In the revised taxonomy, it highlights that at the end of every class or program, the goal is to create something out of the theories and principles learned. This ideology gave birth to OBE system that we are having. As an educator, it is vital to learn the principles and theories and how to become an efficient teacher. But that also comes from working hard, learning from experiences, and many more. Again, teaching is not an occupation, but it is a vocation. Again, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Stay safe and God bless. Thank you.